Thank you. Well, I'm really happy with the football team's toughness. Certainly very, very grateful for the state of Arkansas, how they traveled down here to the game. They were loud and much appreciated. I think our toughness showed tonight. I mean, we had some guys that got hurt. We needed to get a rush in a three-man line, and Trey Williams and Ridgeway and those guys and Nutsy and a bunch of guys got to the quarterback. The game plan worked. And then when we had injury, the guys that were second team came in and performed well. So, I mean, we've got a tough football team. I'm proud of that fact. And what happens, win or loss, we're all really proud that we have a physical football team that's tough and that prides himself in being tough.
The only turnover in the game was the pick, Montero Brown pick. How big was that series and going up 2-score?
Well, I mean, the 2-score part of it was huge. You know, we needed to get to 10 somehow. Before anybody asked me, I'd have went for that 4th and 1 again. I thought at that point we could get ahead of them at 24-0 at half, and I thought we would deflate them. So I was wrong, but I'd do it again. And but, you know, when Mo picked that pass and we went down and went up 10, now the clock was on our side at that point. And then I was really proud of the way that we ended the game offensively, you know, where we could nail it out with the ball. And just so thankful for our assistant coaches, man. I got some good coaches now. And, you know, I'm the only one in here visiting, but we got a lot of good assistant coaches and obviously some really good players.
Great video on sports. The tricky time, there's a lot to unpack, I guess, when KJ got hurt and just kind of overcoming a bit of a momentum swing there. And what did you guys do and how did you overcome it? And what was KJ's status during that whole time?
Well, you know, the defense kept us in the game. I mean, that was the biggest thing, and they knew it. Remember, adversity doesn't mean it has to directly affect your side of the ball. It affects the other side. And adversity affected, you know, because KJ was out, it affected the defense too. And they went in there and played really well, I thought. And then when Mo picked the pass, you know, it was so big because, you know, it was, you know, let's punt them down to the 20, they kick it back to our 20, you know, not a lot happening, which was okay when you're 14 up. But then when it got to 7, it was a different story. And that was a big, big pick. I don't know if I even answered your question, to be honest with you. Did I?
With KJ, like what was going on with him? Was he trying to get boosted back up?
Oh, no, he went into the tent. He hit right on top of his knee. And it's just a bruised knee. I think they tried to put something on it, you know, to maybe numb it a little bit. And that numbing gel, I'm not obviously a doctor, but it takes them a second or two or a minute or two to get it, you know, where it numbs your knee. And then finally it worked and he came in, you know, at the end of the game there in the 4th quarter.
Sam, the chance to start that players. I won't let you let that crazy. You alluded to the defense, and KJ had the thought, you know, it's still a cop that big run after that they can score. What do you think of the defense overall, especially when the Trey Williams had, you know, big.
Trey Williams was a big difference in the game, in my opinion. And defense overall, I mean, they held them to 10 points. You know, really, they had the one long run. And, you know, we gave up a field goal right before half, which, you know, is going to happen. They had the one long run on 3rd and 2, I believe it was. And other than that, our defense played outstanding. You know, if you look at our defense, they're going to line up and it's going to look like, man, you could just run the heck out of the ball. You know, you got 3 guys, they got, you know, 8 guys everywhere, but that not necessarily has been the case, you know. So Coach Odom, his staff on that side of the ball did an outstanding job, but the kids executed the plan. They kept us in the game all night, and we knew they had to coming in because we knew A&M's reputation on defense. That was, was basically our defense versus their defense, and then which offense can score more points. And fortunately, we did.
Coach, one thing to do it at home, probably big crowd and right there, but Kim Little goes in there 17-10, that was a huge field goal there at the end.
Yeah.
Talk about that. I mean, that's huge.
Well, I mean, I think we got it down there a little bit to take a little bit of the pressure off, but the one early in the game was longer. I don't know what it was, 42 yards, somewhere in there, guessing somewhere in that area. But the guy's so valuable to us. I mean, I'm not going to say it, but he's good, and he's making them. And so you can say it all you want. I'm not.
Trey Williams has 3.5 sacks the last 2 weeks. What's he doing? Just to be as productive as he's been?
Well, Trey really works hard, at practice, and he works all his different moves and those type things. And, I think he's healthy now. He was beat up a little bit early in the year, and he's healthy now. So he's really got a nice little swim move on him, a little rip move, and he's fast. Some of the things he couldn't do early in the year was because of health. His back was jacked up, his bicep was jacked up a little bit, and now he's healthy. So he's a good football player. I know because he gave us trouble when I was at Georgia. I had 2 first-round left tackles, or Georgia did. I didn't. I mean, Georgia did, and we had a hard time blocking him when he was a freshman and sophomore.
Coach, you mentioned the 3-man front. It looks like there's room to run, but there isn't. What makes it so effective?
And linebackers, it's a race to the ball. I mean, and you got an edge setter. I really loved what we were trying to get accomplished in our 3-down line this week with our ends. And you guys that watch tape, you'll figure it out what we were trying to do there. But our linebackers, they can run, and we're a pretty good team. Whether you have 5 safeties back there, or 5 DBs with 3 safeties, or 4 DBs with 2 safeties, pretty good football team. And I think Barry does such a good job of they're guessing what the heck are we going to do that week. This one here was a nose with 2 5 techniques. Before it was a shade, a 3, a 5. Then it was a pair of 4 eyes, a nose. And then it was a pair of 3s and a nose. This week we decided we needed to get rush with 55 and 56 and 0, and so we need to put them a little bit wider.
I'm wondering, can you frame up what this win means for the program? Being 4-0, it's been a while.
No, I really can't. I mean, no. I mean, I don't know what it means to the program. I know that we're 4-0. We beat 15 and beat 7 or 5. And, somebody will figure out that somebody will say, well, Texas A&M ain't any good just because Arkansas beat them. Someone will say Texas ain't any good because Arkansas beat them. But I believe both of them's really good. And I think the Razorbacks have a good football team. And so that's how it is.
And what next week could mean?
Oh man, I'm not even thinking about Georgia. Kirby wants 100-0 or whatever today. I mean, Kirby will be ready to go. We'll wait till tomorrow.
I think sometimes we take Traylon Burks for granted. We never ask you about him. He had a big breakout game, not necessarily breakout, but he had a huge game today. Took the game, really took control early with some of those catches.
Man, wasn't that a great throwing catch? By KJ and Burks. His press man. It's hard to press him. He's so big, And then he made a lot of plays today. Very valuable. He went out late with a injury, but I think he's just fine. But he's really valuable to us, And anytime you get press man, you throw it up to him, it's hard to defend.
Coach, obviously, David Horn is here and Wilson was here. What does it say about the head coaches to be this tight knit? You would want to invite them out there for this game.
Well, I called Muss, I don't know what day, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, and I called Dave the same day. And I said, I think we'll be more powerful if y'all come down on the sideline and stand there. And Eric was already coming, and Dave had practice and he canceled practice. And I really, really appreciate both of them. It was a special moment for me as head coach to have, I mean, it's Dave Van Horn and Eric Musselman. I mean, my God, you know, and it was really special for me to have both of them down there.
I don't think you've been asked about Stromberg and Wagner yet.
About his what?
Stromberg and Wagner, just their availability.
Yeah, they're available. They're playing tonight.
How did that go throughout the week, and when did you know that was going to be?
They didn't practice, like I told you. I don't lie to y'all. I just keep stuff from it. But I was truthful. Neither one of them practiced Tuesday, and then or Monday, I guess. And then, you know, we started slowly working them in. And then Ricky said, "Hey, I'm ready to roll on Wednesday." And Wags gave me the thumb up, you know, and Wagner's so tough. I mean, he's just a tough guy. And so I slept good and knew we had our starting five in there. Not that I didn't think we could do well if they weren't in there, but obviously there's a reason there are one. And they went in there and they played the whole game, played good. It's a good defensive football team. A&M's A&M now. They won 11 in a row for a reason. They got a good football coach and a good team.
Sam, even the Super Sixers seem to never beat A&M. How happy that Arkansas, you know, ended this lead in this state?
Well, I'm happy because I'm a head coach. I mean, I'm really, really happy. But I'm hoping that the whole state and you and everybody that follows Arkansas is ecstatic about the Hogs winning. And I think this is what should happen at Arkansas. Now, I'm not saying we ought to win every game, but we're the University of Arkansas. Then you look at Eric and Dave, they're doing it. And Deifel and everybody, they're doing it. The University of Arkansas, it should happen to us. I know, I was looking at my wife. Honey, you're not, nothing. I kind of fight with my wife. Don't say that. Oh, never mind. Whoops. To be honest, somebody knocked a guy into me on the sideline. I'm soft. I shouldn't have anything covering today. The coach is soft. Yes, sir.
Yeah, KJ had that run at the end of the game, all but sealed it around the safety. What does that kind of say about the personality of this team?
It's tough. He's tough. He didn't want to let the guys down, and I think he's beat up, but we knew we needed another first down so we could start the celebration. So he's tough. I'm proud of him.
Any more questions for Coach? Coach, thank you.
Jamie? No.
No more questions.
Jamie, you
I just heard you